Hey, what's up guys? Alright, I have been kind of teasing these fixtures for a couple of videos now, and it is finally time to release them. I will have the DXF files available on the website as soon as this video goes up. So all these designs you're about to see, you guys can cut them on your own plasma table, or if you got a buddy nearby that has one, have them cut on a laser, whatever, I don't care. I just want you guys to have them. I think these are super handy little doodads to have in the shop. Really, whether or not you have one of these grid tables or not, some of this stuff is just going to be flat out useful, hands down, no questions about it, anywhere. And then some of this stuff is kind of fully unleashed once you get one of these fab tables put together and in your shop. So I'm going to go through a couple of these. Let's see, we've got 4 new designs that I'm dropping right now, and I've got some other stuff in the pipeline that will be added to this collection as well. Yeah, the first thing that you guys I'm sure have already seen is this 6x6 fab square. It just kind of helps you come up off the table. Super nice to just pull, you know, like a quick 90 on something. I'll show you right here. And then you can set up your nice little 90. As you see, you can get a really nice 90 fit up. The block's not even attached to the table, it's just sitting there. But it's heavy enough that it'll hold that tube. So for something like a handrail or a little frame, I think super useful. If you guys want to set up an outside corner joint, do it like so. Sneak up on your fit up here. Just like that. Get this sucker in here, get your spacing. If you want a little gap, get ultimate penetration, you can do that, or you can just tap this over. But since the block is perfectly 90, our joint is going to be perfectly 90. Oh, the compressor never fails. Every time I start filming, the compressor or the air dryer pops off, I swear. Let me get some crap on my face. Now, the next thing we put together is this nice little 90-degree radius or compass kind of deal here. It can be used, if you locate all 3 of these pins right here, it'll pull a perfect 90 with your table, or you can drop 2 pins, one here in the rotation axis and then another one up here in this slotted hole, and now you can turn pretty much any angle you want from there. So what that looks like, if you're not trying to do a 90 like something with this block, you can set yourself up basically like this for kind of an obtuse angle. Run into a lot of these doing handrail and whatnot. So now you can nail down this setup, clamp here to this tube, and boom, you got access. You're welding, at least on 3 sides right here. Pretty flexible little setup here. And then eventually, now that I have 2 of these, I really see some potential for maybe putting another arm or something. I'll have to cut the teeth off of this, but then I can have these both rotate, and that brings up a ton of new options for pulling stuff. Then also, if you want to use this inside of one of these cubes, so then this guy's set up, you can now rotate any direction you need to this way, lock it in, weld this out, or go check on the rest of your assembly and fit it up before nailing anything down. And this brings us to our next piece of kit, which is just a really simple stop. This is designed to sit anywhere. You have 2 holes you can make, so you can slide this, and this would be used really handy for like a backstop. You know, hit the endo the same way every single time for the same tube, for some other operation. You could line up 1, 2 of these. Now you have perfect 90s for the rest of the table. You can also kick this out, find a hole on the diagonal, and now you've got 45 within this grid that you're working in. You know, this I think is probably going to be the most often used tool in here because it's just so flexible. You can knock it down and then set pretty much any sort of tube layout, round or square, that you could think of with enough of these. All right. Now, the piece de la resistance. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited about this. This is definitely the coolest thing in the package that we've created. It's this square jig, clamp, fixture, doodad, angle finder, tube positioner. I mean, the only thing it doesn't have is a bottle opener, and I think we can make that happen actually. I don't really have a fancy name for it yet. Maker square. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. But this guy right here is basically made to work in conjunction with your table. So hopefully pretty obviously you can use this in conjunction with your fab table. It'll line up here with any of these holes. Just lock it in a couple spots. All right, once you're locked down on the table, or really just laying down flat anywhere, now you can pull your 90s, clamped off there, clamped off there. And if you're feeling suspicious like me, you can always check this with a square. But like I said before, really, if you take your time putting this thing together, it's going to be as straight as the instruments in your shop. So once you check square, zip 1, 2, 3 sides up the back, and that sucker's locked in place. You're ready to pop it out. Go put your next one in. Boom, ready for another one. Here is the next part that I'm really excited about, is this straight edge right here. Not only does it give you access here if you want to do a butt weld for like 2 tubes coming in, now this is open, you can get at least the 3 sides of that tube, but also if you use the center pin, you line it up here, use the center pin, and then you go 2 holes away, 1 is under there, and 2, now you're into the radius. Now you can pull a bunch of different compound angles here, and then the same thing on the other side. So I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to find an angle that you couldn't achieve by using this tool right here. Obviously you can use this in conjunction with just the edge of your fab table. You could actually just clamp some flat stock to the edge of this table and then pick up your angle right there, and you could get, I'll just show you right now, get one of those there, that right there. Our angle's off, just go over here, rotate this, and now you're nice and tight. Go ahead, clamp everything down, nail 3 sides, boom. Now if you do a little jimmy rigging with some hobo freight clamps like I did, you can feed them through the slots in this jig here. Now you can even clamp straight through to this, and this whole thing's in a bind now on the table. This obviously gets a lot more useful if you get a second one, and now you have 2 of these. Now you can hold this tube in plane, and you know, you get a 3rd one, 4th one. Pretty soon you could actually just hold your tubes in here and just roll them like this as you weld it. It almost becomes like a little manual positioner. Now really, this is my favorite function of the whole thing, is these slots right here. This lets you use this 90 anywhere you want. You could also kick it on a 45 if you needed to. But all you have to do is you drop 2 pins. You can now drop your 90 this way. Once you got it where you like it, same thing here. 1, 2, 3 sides. That's it for me. Happy making. Go check out the DXFs. Hopefully you guys are making awesome stuff. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and our little business here. Let me know what you guys think, what you'd like to see next. Hit subscribe and check us out on Instagram. All right, later. Happy making.